for the victims of Muslim grooming gangs in our own country.
What's happening? Assalamu alaikum. What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about grooming gangs. To be honest, I didn't really even hear about this term very much. Didn't even really know what it was until one of my followers reached out to me and pretty much told me about it. As I was doing some research, I even saw a video on the YouTube channel Smile to Jannah, and I figured, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to try to make this quick and educational. So let's get started. What are grooming gangs? Long story short, grooming gangs are pretty much these people or gangs that establish emotional connections with children. And then this later on leads to sexual abuse. In other words, not legal. White nationalists, including very well-known racist Tommy Robinson right here. He and his group always claimed that Muslims were responsible for all these grooming gangs, and that Muslims were the biggest threat to white people. He would say things like, Muslim grooming gangs are a threat to the United Kingdom, or something like this.
Many Muslims would have come into this mosque and prayed, they'd have walked straight out of the mosque and then they'd have gone took turns with their sexual slave.
And many of his followers kept regurgitating that same statement. Until a study was conducted and the statistics were released. And they show that although no one community is responsible for these grooming gangs and these crimes, but the biggest culprits are, drumroll please, white people.
That majority of the offenders were white.
I'm not saying let's go march on the streets and accuse all white people of being part of grooming gangs and forcing them all to condemn. Although everyone should be condemning grooming gangs anyways. But it just seems ironic that a bunch of white nationalists, anti-immigrant racists, including this man right here, Tommy Robinson, who has been in prison for a variety of reasons, from assault to fake travel documents all the way to mortgage fraud. Sounds like a stand-up dude. He and his groups and his supporters and followers have been accusing Muslims to be responsible for these grooming gangs for a long time. Wait, do we have video evidence of who they kept blaming for these crimes?
Were carried out by Pakistani Muslims.
And then only for the research and the statistics to show that the #1 suspect, Tommy, is in fact you. Wait, do you taste that? Alright, tastes like irony. The problem is, these racist anti-immigrant groups spend so much time trying to convince the public that the people responsible for all these crimes and grooming gangs are in fact Pakistani Muslims. And then the studies and the research show that if they wanted to find the #1 suspect, all they had to do was look at themselves in the mirror. All this effort could have been better directed at helping the victims of grooming gangs. All this effort could have been used and should be used to maybe stop grooming gangs. So now that the research is out and the studies are out, maybe let's all redirect that energy, redirect those efforts to help the victims and stop these from taking place. Unless, Mr. Tommy Robinson, you don't actually care about victims of grooming gangs or the crimes that are committed. Perhaps your only target all along were Muslims. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and share this video. Support me by subscribing to my channel. And until next time, I'm that Muslim guy. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you.